Peace, and prosperity. I hope everyone is doing well today. It's Friday, July 18th. It is the end of the week, and I am so grateful just for all the things. But I wanted to come and share a message, something that was very loud and clear to me this morning to share. I process a lot of things on my own, and I journal and I write them down and so on and so forth. But sometimes I think that it's helpful to share just for someone else's experience or knowledge, because sometimes just having information available can be life changing, and sometimes too just understanding that it's not just you can be completely life changing. And I want to share like where I am right now. I am on the campus. I stopped to just take a break, go out, take a walk, and see nature. But I want to speak to the fact that it's taken me a long time to get to the place where I recognize really who I am and what I've done and how far I have come. And part of that has been because I am always busy working on a project, working on myself, getting things in alignment for my household. So in all of the doing, I wasn't getting certain understanding. So things were just kind of passing me by, and I was moving up levels and not really understanding that that's what I was doing. And once you go up levels, there are certain things that you have to drop and leave behind, and things that you have to prepare to pick up, nourish, and take care of. And so I wasn't doing that on certain things. And it came to my knowledge while talking to someone. And he said to me, he was just looking at me kind of confused. And he said, I thought that you would be more aware of yourself than that. And he was right. And I had to acknowledge that in a certain area of my life I was playing small, and I shouldn't have. And it called me to sit down and write out everything that I had actually accomplished as far as my goals and vision board from last year to this year. And I was not only proud of myself, but I was happy for me. I was happy for me, right? And I make decisions now from a very spiritual place. The place that I am coming from is what gives me peace. That's one. And two, legacy. I am doing things so that I can ensure with my children and the next generation that certain unhealthy cycles are broken and stopped. And that means not always being comfortable with saying no or saying yes to certain things. It means me being very aware of what I've done in the past that has not been healthy, and seeing if any of those traits are ones that I grew up on and saw in my mom or dad, and realize that I don't want to pass that down the line. And so what it takes is me dealing with those things either through prayer, counseling and therapy, or reading books. And most of all, what's been helpful are the people that God has put into my life where I can get different perspectives and knowledge. A very interesting conversation had to happen between me and my sons 1 week ago. I was going to introduce them to somebody that I've been dating, and we had planned to do that in a really special way. And I became leery of the idea again, and I said, no, I'm not going to do that right now. Like, we're going to wait. And something happened, and I had to address my youngest son about something. And it kind of came out in the conversation that my middle son felt like because his father is with someone else and they're engaged now, that I don't like the person that their father is with. And I asked, have I ever said anything? Have I done anything? He said, no, but girls in school, usually if they date one boy and he starts dating another girl, they don't like that girl. And I said, well, honey, I'm a whole woman. I'm a fully grown woman, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And you don't have to hide anything from me. And it takes nothing away from me for your dad to be in a space in his life that I've chosen not to be. We have separate lives and we come together for you all, but you don't have to dislike someone simply because you have been there and done that. What was between your father and I, that's over and gone, will never come again. So everyone has to move on. And the healthiest thing to do is to run your race and stay in your own lane. That's always the healthiest thing to do, because if you look to the left of you, if you look to the right of you, you are going to get distracted. And those same distractions will be the reason that you miss blessings and you invite people and situations into your life to block your blessings. And that's what we don't want to do. And so what I realized was that whole conversation was a culmination of just the road that we have been down together as a family for a while, and also realizing that there are certain things that just don't get directly addressed, because as a grown-up, to me, it's not a big deal. I've already dealt with it. But from the eyes of children that we're raising and training, it might be room for a valuable conversation in that, right? It's just I am simply at a place in my life of peace, and right now I'm just basking in where I am, and the possibilities and opportunities are just endless. And I am so in a vibe and in a position where I am looking straight ahead on like everything, and I am watching God and my ancestors as I continue to honor them for things to continue to come to me, come to my household, and put us exactly where I said I wanted to be years ago. My life is literally my own proof of honoring your faith system, honoring God, honoring your ancestors, honoring yourself, and realizing that things will come in time and at perfect timing, and everything has a season, every single thing, and you don't have to rush anything because God's timing is perfect. And give yourself the acknowledgement of how far you come, where you are, what you've done. I've raised my kids. They are exactly where I envisioned they would be. They, according to their own goals, are where they have desired to be. Even in my career, and I want to share this bag. It says keep calm and place students. So I place students who are going to be future doctors at rotation sites and hospitals. So all day long I am working with and between doctors and hospitals and other universities, ensuring that we have competent healthcare providers. And even though I wanted to be a doctor when I went into college and then a lawyer, I have a career that combines both. So when I say that if you continue to do the work and not look to the left of you and not look to the right of you at distractions and what everyone else is doing or what you're not doing or what you don't have, look at what you do have. You will be in proximity, at least, of exactly what you prayed for if you continue to hold the vision and stay in alignment with what God has for you. Because what is for you, nobody can take it away. Nobody. So, but you have to keep the vision and stay steady in your faith and with what you're doing. And look at what you have, not what you don't. Look at everything that you have in gratitude, including yourself, including the trials and struggles, because even those things are meant to take you to your next. It's meant to keep you in line on your path, because that's exactly what a life is. There is no destination. It is a path. It is a path. So again, I want to share all of this nice nature with you, and just the beautiful message that was in my spirit today, to just keep moving forward. Just keep going. Acknowledge who you are and stand in that strength. Bask in it. You don't even have to move to the next thing right now. Literally bask in gratitude in where you are, and I promise you, stuff will just begin to pop up. But stay in alignment. Continue to work towards what it is you desire, and I promise you, God, the universe, your ancestors will meet you there. Peace and prosperity.